You know, for almost 2 decades now, two of Hollywood's smartest, funniest people have had this weirdly close, totally undefined relationship that's become one of the industry's biggest puzzles. They played lovers on TV, they were lovers in real life, and now, what exactly are they? That's the big question when it comes to Mindy Kaling and BJ Novak.
And if you want to get to the bottom of this, you got to start with what everyone else is saying. The court of public opinion, they've already made up their minds. Just look at this comment, which has over 13,000 likes. People are convinced they're secretly together and that he's the father of her kids. And look, this isn't some wacky fan theory from a dark corner of the internet. It's what a lot of people truly believe.
So, is everyone right? Have we all cracked the code? Are they secretly a family, hiding in plain sight? Or is there something else, something much more complicated going on? To figure it out, we've got to look at the evidence, from both sides, and we're going to start with the case for more.
Okay, let's start with the fun part. Let's build the case for a secret, super deep, and maybe a little unconventional romance. This whole story didn't just pop up yesterday. Its roots go all the way back to the writer's room of The Office.
So, check out this timeline. It shows a relationship that just refused to play by the rules. They meet in 2004, they have this on-again, off-again thing, and they officially break up in 2007. But here's the crazy part. Instead of drifting apart like most exes, they actually got closer. Fast forward to 2017, and he's not just some old friend, he's the godfather to her first child. See, this wasn't an ending. It was just the beginning of a way more complicated chapter.
And hey, it's not just us who are confused. Listen to BJ Novak himself trying to wrap his head around it. He straight up calls her the great love of my life, but in the very same breath, he says they're not in a relationship. I mean, that one quote says it all, right? It's this intense emotional connection that's clearly more than friendship, but for some reason, it stops just short of being an official couple. And all of this emotional complexity, it leads us right to the biggest, most talked about part of this whole mystery. The rumors about who the father of Mindy's kids is, something she's never ever talked about publicly.
Okay, so here's where the fan theories really take off. And you can kind of see why, right? He's not just some guy they call Godfather. He's Santa Claus for them every Christmas. He's woven into all their family stuff. So when a rumor starts flying around that one of her kids called him Dad at Disneyland, it doesn't sound that crazy. And get this, when Mindy is asked about all the speculation, her answer that it hasn't affected her happiness is a very careful non-denial, which of course just adds more fuel to the fire.
I mean, it all seems to fit together perfectly, doesn't it? So why aren't they just together already? Well, that's because the story has a flip side. And now we need to look at the reasons to doubt everything.
All right, let's look at the other side of the coin, because there's some pretty powerful evidence that suggests this is far from some simple secret love story. In fact, if you listen to what they've said, it sounds a lot more chaotic.
And this right here shows you the massive contradiction at the heart of it all. On one side, you have Mindy, who is very, very clear. She says, "I'm the only parent my kids have." That's a firm, public line in the sand. But then on the other side, you have BJ's description of their relationship as a tumultuous, romantic, toxic, boundaryless mess. That does not sound like the foundation for a happy, secret family.
And listen to this quote from BJ. It pretty much sums up the years of confusion. We were never really dating. We were really never not dating. I mean, if they couldn't even define what they were back then, how can anyone be so sure about what they are now? It really throws a wrench in the whole secretly in love story.
And things have gotten even messier lately. Sources started talking about a major falling out between them, a real crack in what seemed like an unbreakable bond. And maybe even more importantly, BJ has been publicly seen with someone new. It's kind of hard to keep a secret family when you're out there openly dating other people.
So, we've got a case for them being soulmates, and a case against it. What does that even mean? Where does that leave us? Well, the truth might be that their whole relationship just doesn't fit into any of the neat little boxes we have. Maybe the answer isn't simple because, well, they aren't simple.
You know, maybe the best word we have for this is a newer one: situationship. That kind of connection that has all the feelings of a real romance, but without the official title or commitment. They might just be the ultimate 2-decade-long situationship, kind of like the poster children for complicated love in the modern world. And hey, don't just take my word for it. Listen to Mindy trying to explain this herself way back in 2015. Romantically charged camaraderie with loud arguments. I mean, wow. That is a perfect, messy, and super honest description. It tells you this isn't a new thing for them. They've been living in this gray area for a long, long time.
So what's the deal? Are they secret soulmates? Are they a toxic mess? Or are they just pioneering a whole new way to be a family? One that's built on love, but not on old-school labels. The honest truth is, only two people really truly know the answer. And maybe the real reason we're all so hooked is that their story, it's a little bit of a mirror, isn't it? It reflects our own messy, complicated, and hard-to-define relationships. And until they decide to tell us their side, the rest of us will just keep watching and wondering and trying to solve Hollywood's most beautifully complicated puzzle.